Stone Cold 10X. Thanks for the $5. I know people don't want it, but I do. Xavier heel turn on New Day, like Seth did to the Shield. You know, I don't want. I'm to the point now where I'm starting to treat the New Day like the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. It's been so long now. I don't even think I want it to happen. You know, I don't think I want the breakup to happen, the split. I think it would be heartbreaking. I was heartbroken when Seth turned heel on the Shield because I was a big Shield mark. Those of you who have been listening to me since back then remember those days when I was the biggest fangirl of the Shield you would have ever seen. So I wasn't ready. I thought they had 6 more months before that happened. But with New Day, it's to the point where, oh man, I just don't want to see it. However, you've got the right member, because if there's one to do the heel turn, Xavier has to be the one, because he's the one outstanding guy that doesn't have the title or has never been a champion. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think he's going to get there. I'm the biggest Xavier Woods fan in the world, but I just don't think he'll win the title. I think he might win King of the Ring, and they might want to try to do something with him, but I mean, they could do, I shouldn't say that, because Xavier Woods is actually perfectly capable of finding the same type of support and the same type of scenario that Kofi Kingston did, where he gets put into a situation, the fans realize that, you know what, let's give it to him, man. We've been cheering for him for years. This fucking guy deserves it, and you can kind of recreate that. So I shouldn't say he's not going to make it, because I think you could find him in a situation or put him in a position to where the fans could get behind him the way they got behind Kofi, or get behind him the way they got behind Daniel Bryan back in 2014. I still think that is possible. I just feel like it's kind of unlikely. So he would be a great guy to turn heel. You know, you guys think you're better than me, you know, or whatever. He's all sorts of shit you could use. You could tap in to the fact that he hasn't achieved what the others have achieved. But I think I'd be very heartbroken if that happened, and I'd have trouble sleeping at night, and I would need a hug. I don't want to see them break up. I'd be so sad. But I have seen ideas about members joining the Hurt Business. If Xavier jumps and joins the Hurt Business, hey, I've been with New Day, I've never won the title, you know, but MVP, you know, maybe he can make me a champion. I don't know. There is story. I'm not saying there's not a story there if you decided to do some sort of a turn with the New Day, but much like the Undertaker streak, you know, it's just something that I don't think my wrestling heart can take, because I've grown to really love the New Day, you know, and I've always liked them for the past at least 5 or 6 years, but, you know, I feel like they're developing a legacy that's hard to match these days, especially in modern times, to have a group or a stable that's that unbreakable for that long today. It's one thing to do this shit in the 80s or something, but now it's, you know, to do it and to not screw them up too much. I mean, they did separate them, you know, in the last draft or whatever, but even they found their way back to each other. You know, they're still, even when they're not together, they're together. And I just don't think you're going to find too many situations like that where you're going to be able to find something that's going to have that sort of longevity. And I think those type of things are special. And when you have them, you shouldn't just on a whim that day while you're writing TV, let's just decide to break up the New Day. You better damn sure make sure you got something decent planned, and you're not just breaking them up for shock value, for buzz, for anything like that, to hotshot any sort of angle. You are doing it for the right reasons, and the absolute right reasons. Otherwise, you don't even fucking consider it. So I've reached the point with them that I don't think I need to see it. I've seen a lot of great swerves. I've seen a lot of great heel turns. I'll sacrifice this one. I'll sacrifice it to keep them together. As great as the 3 count was on The Undertaker, probably one of the greatest just moments in wrestling, with Brock hitting the 3 count, the fans losing their mind, that poor fella in the front row whose jaw drops, Paul Heyman, oh my God, as great as all of that was, I would be willing to not have experienced that if Taker's streak would have just remained intact. And I think I feel the same way about the New Day. So I don't want to see it. At this point, keep them together. I think I'd be really sad if they broke up.